Namaskar. I just happened to come around here into the AIMS Bhubaneswar campus to meet a friend. I just happened to come across a very amusing person. He is Dr. Vishnu Prasad Patra, head of the department of the surgery, a very eminent surgeon who is skilled to dismantle bone systems and replace the damaged parts with new, like one changes dress before a mirror. For instance, he repairs damaged knee joints, the bole and the socket and the works today, and asks the patient to stand on feet tomorrow and forces him or her to walk back home the next day. Walk back home. Such is the level of his or the surgery skill. Most surprisingly, he is also an IT master in a way, information technology. He has kind of mastered digital banking and authored a high selling book on the subject. Dr. Patra kept my request and agreed to explain the critical basics in a manner that even street guys can understand. So he came to the studio and talked to make everyone cautious against danger of being cheated. Most of the viewers are very keen to know two things: online banking and digital wallet. These two things are not clearly known. There are more, but would you, doctor, throw some light so that the street guy understands the basics of online banking, why it is so important today, how safe it is, and what precautions to take as a customer?
In the present world, online banking and wallet payment is a mandatory or must for anyone who is having any day-to-day affairs. Imagine in a village also there are so many transactions online. Even government beneficiaries are also done through online platform. So now the online platform is the future of our payment gateways. So it is better that we understand this payment ways as early as possible, get used to it. COVID has taught us the online reading. So before that no one were bothered to know what is online teaching, group meeting through a net, but now everybody knows this because we know that is the future of our teaching. Now many companies have also started teaching through online modes, many schools have started teaching online modes. Similarly, the payment mode in the future will be mostly through online modes. So we must know, we may be different stages of learning of online payment methods, but it is very easy. Just you need few cautionary measures and understand the paraphernalia of the payment methods. Online payment is like using your credentials which is known to only to you and putting the credential of a person with whom you are paying correctly, then it is 100% safe. For example, there is some wallets where you pay through the phone numbers. If my phone number ends with 3 and you put that ends with 4, so the money will go to someone else and never expect that he will return the money to you. So very rarely, if a person is really good like you, he may return you, but unlikely that you will get it. Even he may not pick up your phone, he may block your phone calls, so it happens. So most important is putting the credentials rightly and keeping your credentials as secret as possible. That is more important.
Excellently said. You have told about the basic precautions that one must take, because you should not play with fingers wrongly or you press the wrong button. In case it happens, as you rightly said, money goes to the wrong account, what are the chances of nabbing that recipient?
It is very difficult because you have already accepted all the terms and conditions.
Absolutely.
Definitely will get it because you have sent to someone by mistake also, he is bound to pay you back. But just imagine a person who is staying in Delhi or Uttar Pradesh, will you go and...
We understand those things, we do understand. It means we can always get to know that somebody has received it rightly.
Yes.
getting it out of him is a different story altogether.
Yes.
But we can always
Definitely.
know,
Definitely.
identify the recipient.
Yeah.
Good enough. Next, what are the mistakes? Like this is a finger slip mistake.
Okay.
What are the other mistakes likely to be committed and which can cause damage?
Yes. Now the most corrupt thing in the world is your mobile. You are communicated to the rest of the world through a mobile, and the whole world is also watching you through your mobile. Because many times you accept so many notifications from an application that accept this, and you are bound to accept it. Unless you accept it, you cannot use that particular application. Like the application wants to use your camera. So you don't know what the camera is doing, whether it is watching you 24/7 or what is doing. You are accepting all the terms and conditions because you are crazy to use that application. The very first thing is, whenever a notification comes to you, before accepting it, first read for which purpose this notification has come. Not to just clear a screen, okay, I have to just clear the scene of the notification, let keep on accepting it. No. You must know for what purpose. It has come for some purpose that is specific needed for you, or it is not needed for you. If it is not needed for you, just delete it. Like sometimes it comes that you have won $50,000 and you immediately, okay, you screen on accept it. Then there is no point, because no one in the world gives 50 rupees free of cost, and how can you think that you will get $50,000? It's impossible. So very sincere request is, first delete the notification. No need to go for it, no need to complain it, because this type of notification comes to every people. So there is no point sending to any police station. Just you have to protect yourself, just delete the notification. That's the first precaution. Second precaution is, don't save your credentials like password, CVV number, or the card number,
Any specified code
on your mobile or on your email. Rather, you keep a note in your home in a very safe place where you keep your money, because money is precious, gold is precious. You can put that credential notebook in that place, in the safe place. So whenever you forget, you can just go through that passwords and you can use it. But what we use, we are very lazy to go and see that, so we have to put a screenshot. These are my passwords, these are my user ID, these are my CVV number. Now just imagine any person, because you have given the OTP, he has access to your phone. Now he will access all the credentials. Now then you say that I have not done anything, but my money is gone from the bank. No, you have done something. Without your involvement, no one in this world can take your money. That is, sir, for sure.
Great precaution. The precaution then is, do not save anything on the phone,
Yes, sir.
in any manner, in any of the portals or the corners, so that the fraudster or the hacker or the thief, the digital thief, can have access.
Exactly.
Good enough. Now let's get down to the simple things of payphone systems. How safe are they?
Yes, now there are so many applications in payment mode, and many of them are not approved by our Reserve Bank of India. So I don't know why people download all the application modes, because they just give 20%, 20 rupees cashback, but doing a recharge, 3 rupees cashback. You just need one or two major payment gateways, so that will be more cautious.
Who are the best ones?
It
Which
is
are
you
the
to
ones?
choose. It is you can use State Bank of India. They have a YONO, they have all those things, you can use that.
No, this Paytm and whatever.
Sir, all these are private banking. There is not a single government, only government UPI is there. That is Bhim UPI, that is a government as far as my knowledge.
In India, which are the first 2-3 agencies that we can trust?
So it will be very impartial for me to say particular company, but just in generalized mode, like you can use any Indian companies, I will suggest.
For instance, give me 3 names, please.
Like you can use Paytm, you can use.
Paytm is fairly
Yeah, it is
safe.
very long trusted one. You can definitely use it.
Okay.
And another thing is, you trust the application of that particular bank where you have your account.
Okay.
That is because that the person, they will help you, and your account is also linked to that particular application, because money goes from the account only.
Yes.
So the present problem is, in each phone there are nearly people having 20 applications of payment gateways.
Yes.
Because many times few companies comes, if you pay through this you get 20 rupees cashback. So people start on downloading that. So that is the first thing where you make a mistake. No one gives free of cost to you, because today he has used means you have downloaded that product and you have also marketing for that product.
That's right.
So better you specific to only few products. You may be large. For example, sir, in my area people doesn't accept this particular payment gateway, delete it. The one which is required in your area, just have it. My purpose is that have maximum 2 or 3, like how many bank accounts you have. You trust some bank accounts, you must be having 1, 2 or 3. But what is the point in having bank accounts in 12 banks? Means 12 banks means 12 user IDs, 12 passwords, 12 credit cards, 12
More confusion.
More confusion and more chance of delivering the secrets to others. But if you have 3, you can remember the passwords. That is my purpose. You constrain and limit your needs. Accordingly use it. But if you anybody in this, most probably the guys in the present college student, if you go to their application phone and you will find that not less than 10 payment applications are there.
Oh my God, mad guys.
Because few of my relatives are also, they have used this. Why you are using? No, this today this application is giving some cashback, this is giving some discount. So immediately they go for it without thinking of what is the plus and minus. And many times I have got calls from and also notification from Reserve Bank of India that these particular applications are not approved by the government of India, but still it was in circulation and people were using. So my subject is use only 2 or 3, because yes, many times you say that 1 is not working, 2 is not working, at least 3 will work. And if 3 is not working, then I think that day should not spend your money.
I think that's God's design. You are
Yes.
you are not entitled to spend anything.
That money, that just go back home.
It saves your money. And what is this unified payment systems in digital banking?
It is just simple as unified means you can pay from anything to anywhere. Like you can pay your money to a phone number, account number, another digital account, anything. It's a payment gateway. There are so many payment gateways where they link all other applications of payment. Like for example, you have phone. You said PayPal is a payment gateway. So is a Paytm is also a payment gateway. It also gives access to so many bankers, so many applications to pay through that. Just for example, I am supposed to pay you some money. Okay. If I want to use your phone number, then when I am using Phone Pay, I am using a phone number. If I am Google Pay, I am using a phone number. But all these things are routed through another payment gateway. So that payment gateway is the person who is controlling all these people.
Would you have this Paytm system working on your phone even if you have no bank account?
Yes, it will work. If you can add money to the Paytm wallet, it's okay.
How does it work, please?
You have to add money from your bank.
Supposing street rickshaw puller?
No, without account, how will you load the money?
Exactly.
Yeah, someone has to transfer. For example, a rickshaw puller, you said, I have to transfer money to Paytm account. But his KYC should be there, like your Aadhaar card or other things, whatever he has, because the Paytm also has works under certain guidelines that if he wants to maintain a wallet, it's really nearly like a bank. He has to follow the banking rules of the government of India.
It's like a bank on the digital system.
Digital platform.
Not the regular banks.
No,
Need not.
okay.
Yes,
exactly.
It means it has to have a banking system on the digital mode.
Yes.
So that's unified payments system.
But a phone is mandatory. Phone number is mandatory and KYC is mandatory to have any payment gateway application.
Yes. And what are the chances of fraud in this unified payment system?
If you are cautious, it's zero.
Zero.
It is if you are cautious, but if you have said the details, then no one can help you. For example, sometimes comes your Aadhaar card is blocked, accept it. Sometimes a message comes, your ATM card is blocked, if you don't do this, your bank will blocked, and immediately go and you access it. But you are never bothered to see the expiry date of your ATM card. Your ATM card might be expiring 2023. So when a message comes to that your ATM card is expired, at least you must spend at least 1 minute to see what is the expiry date of my ATM card, instead of just going there and clicking there and giving all the details.
It means one has to be extremely cautious about bogus messages.
Just delete, which is not important for you. Don't.
Doesn't make much sense.
It's something like bugs in your house. What you do, sir? You just throw them out. Just throw them out.
And mostly these messages must be ignored.
Ignored, sir.
Because they don't make sense.
Any free thing first ignore, because that is the first thing of trapping you.
That's right.
I got a call from telling a story. I got a call from your ATM card be blocked, and if you don't do this, then this thing happened. So that day I was free. I just wanted to make a fun with the caller. Then I just talked to them so many minutes. Then he told me, sir, I will give a PIN OTP and just give that. I will just do that. I know that he is giving a OTP, so he gave me OTP, but I deliberately gave him that wrong OTP. So he said, no, this is not the right OTP. 3 times he said, 3 times I said, sir, no, I am telling the right one. No, sir, this is the wrong one. You are not giving the right one. Well, are you a right person? Then he said, sir, we are surprised to say that, sir, this is our job. In this country, it is difficult to get a job. So whoever gives some money, we want to ready to do whatever you need to. So they are not at fault. So they are being paid for that. There is a company who is running them and paying money to do this. So
they are only mere frontline workers, but the masters are sitting behind.
Exactly. And they say that you have been targeted, you have today have to communicate around 30 people or 100 people, and at least turnover at least 1%, so that our salary is credited
commission based, yes.
Or else we will not get up money.
And what are the mobile banking options that are normally available to an ordinary person?
Every bank has a mobile banking option. It is application is there, or you can do from the Google, you can type the bank, go to the website of the bank and use a credential. There are 2 ways. Applications, you just need a fingerprint or just PIN, like you put some PIN numbers like 111, then you will open your bank account. That is easier way for accessing the bank account. Another bank account is using a phone like a website. You go to the website, for example, I am using the SBI website, I go to online sbi.com, then I use the user ID password, but it takes some time, then it will give the OTP, I will put the OTP and do the transactions. The same SBI has another call is YONO. I can just go to the YONO application and is a fingerprint application, just fingerprint, or you can just put some PIN, 4-digit PIN number is there, you can put that and immediately you are accessible to all the banking details. But different is the application has a restriction of transactions, like you cannot go, like you cannot do more than 10,000, 20,000 transfer, like there are some restrictions, and there is also like restriction for PIN, restriction for password, restriction for fingerprint. So each type there is, because they wanted to decrease the fraud, like anybody can put the PIN and do some transaction, so they restricted that. So during that you will get a message that if you are going for online transaction of more than this amount, you have to go to the website, use your user ID and password, then you do that. So I say that it is 100% safe unless you have created a mistake.
So the user has to be educated first. He needs to be educated on some fronts, like not being sensitive to bogus messages,
yes.
to attractive temptations,
Yes.
and so on and forth. Now let's discuss a bit more about digital banking, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, the options that you have, normally people can go wrong, can be enticed.
Around 15-20 years back, is where the digital banking just started. I used to fail each and every time. When you pass, then a message used to come, wrong thing has been posted, wrong password, everything, because we are not used to that digital mode. But now it has come to mind that you have to put, because if you put the password 3 times wrong, it is blocked for a day. The whole account is blocked for a day. And for example, you are in Pune and trying to put your get your air ticket or train ticket, and your account is blocked because of putting 3 times wrong passwords. Then what will you do next? Your ATM is blocked, your password is blocked, and everything is blocked. You don't have money. Fortunately, if you have 2-3 accounts, that's fine, but doesn't mean that each and every account has that much of money to get a air ticket. But very first digital payment is, don't be in a hurry. Put the credentials slowly and verify, because many times after putting the credential, a message comes, verify your credentials, but we don't have a patience. Who immediately swing the credential, we said okay. That is the problem occurs. And sometimes I have remembered, sir, I have sent money to another person's, it has coming the same name. Like for example, it is Vishnu Officials and second is Vishnu Home. I am supposed to pay the money to Vishnu Officials, without seeing I have sent the money to Vishnu Home. Then Vishnu Official later on called me after 2 months, I have not received my money. Because I have same Vishnu is there, I am so hurry, even I am not that much bothered to see whether it is Vishnu Officials or Vishnu Home, whom I have paid the money. Then later on I wrote a request letter to Vishnu Officials. They are fortunate enough to they return that money, but who knows, that amount is very less, but just imagine if it is in a huge amount,
Big amount,
they will never respond to you. And if you think that okay, I will go to the court of law, it takes its own time.
We'll rather come back to, credit cards and debit cards now. Now, how are they safer and safe to other digital banking services?
Credit card, debit card is absolutely safe
Great.
unless you have not shared the credential with someone.
Okay, fine.
I will not suggest you to give the credit card to the waiter in a hotel because they go to the counter and do the swipe.
Yes.
You accompany them.
Best tip.
You have to accompany them or ask them to bring the swipe machine near you.
That's this system.
If you are so precious and so busy, then you should be that much cautious that sometime your money will go. So then people say that how my money went. Yes, that card has been cloned. It card can be cloned.
No, how is it that this card can be cloned? Then it is not safe.
Card can be cloned because how the card was been prepared by a machine, the same card been prepared in another machine.
That's
It's same thing. But what is the secrecy of this particular card? Your CVV number. But what you have done that up to some transactions you don't need OTP. So that one transaction can be done multiple times. Like for example, when you get a credit card, when you go to the application, you have to save okay, up to this much of transaction I don't need CVV, I don't need OTP.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is straight. You can do that.
For small amounts, OTPs?
Small amounts, no. And like now present day, people have this touchless cards, contactless cards. You just show them, it goes. And for example, you have put that I don't need OTP up to 5,000 transactions. So you will do that. He doesn't need OPD.
Oh, that's my choice with the system.
No, that you have to design on your application. That when you fill up the form, that up to this much of transaction I don't need OTP, because you think that for a 300 rupees, 200 rupees, why every time I have to bother so many things. So you don't want to get yourself, because a busy person cannot do that. So people do that up to 10,000 rupees no OTP is required. So that much money is gone, and slowly it becomes a habit.
And how does this cloning happen?
It's just a machine only, sir. It's a cloning is the same card can be merged, the digital framework is done and everything is transferred. All the new card can be cloned when you give a card to someone who is not
near you.
Not near you, and if that person is have a dirty mind of cloning. Because for example, if I give the card to, I am 100% sure that I am not going to clone it. But just imagine I am going to some other place, Nepal or other place, where I have given the card to the this waiter, or some other place where I have, okay, he said, okay sir, I will take it and swipe it. Who knows? There must be a backup team who is ready to, with technical support, they can clone it.
It is so dangerous then.
Yeah, it is dangerous. Never give your card. Even many times people say that, kya yaar tum uske saath ja rahe ho? Why you are going with the waiter to do the swiping of your cards? Well, it is my card, and I am not that old that I cannot walk this distance. I say this.
Excellently said. But I think you have to send this message across to everybody.
Yeah.
It means the swiping machines,
Yeah.
I mean the cloning machines, are easy to access and buy.
Yes, sir. No, see, there are technical people, there are people, there are support to corruption. There are people, because see, now as I said, there are companies who are hiring people to call you and get your OTP numbers. Similarly, there are companies who are also hiring people to clone your cards.
Now supposing the machine comes, the scanning machine comes, you push it and take it back, right, in his
front
presence.
of you, nothing will happen.
And for cloning, does he have to use another machine?
Something has to be linked to that.
Not the same machine?
No, not the same machine will do that.
Oh, then they have to take it away?
Yeah.
And do this job and that job as well.
When in front of you, they will be afraid to do it. And cloning also takes some time. But for swiping, it just takes only 2 seconds. But cloning, it takes more time. So when you understand why you are keeping my card for so longer time, you can ask them. But when you swipe it, you just, okay, swipe and give it to me.
No, they are not pushing it in and taking
There
it
are
out.
two ways. You can swipe it or push it. There are two things. Now think contactless cards has come, which just takes only 2 seconds. So
No, my particular question is, supposing I am a fraudster, can I use this scanning machine as a cloning machine?
Yeah, you can use this when something other has been connected to another machine quite far away from you, which you cannot see. Like one.
It means another machine, the cloning machine is not the same machine as being used.
Yes.
It's another. The connection is their trick.
But for this cloning, it needs some time. So in front of you, if he keeps the card on the swipe machine for a longer time, you will definitely ask, why are you keeping my card there? You swipe and give it to me. But if you have not accompanied that person and you given him, he has every access to clone in all possible ways.
It will also clone your password.
Everything. There is how much details or credentials they have collected from you from your previous communication. Say they target few people, they will not target each and every person. They will target a person who is more like susceptible to be targeted. They will target.
Or they know from the body language.
Body language, the spending capacity, how careless he is using his everything, then they will do that.
Now, doctor, we are extremely obliged that you have given us the basics, but you also have frightened us.
No, it is not frightened. I have just cautioned you that you should save your money. Your hard earned money should be saved.
In the sense, your cautioning sometimes, sounds rather difficult for the common man.
No, it is not a difficult. You cannot walk 10 feet, 10 steps to the reception counter of the your
That is one part.
Then what other else things?
Supposing he has the machine in hand,
yeah,
a little cord inside his
no,
pocket.
that is not possible.
Not possible?
No. You just see that the machine is swiped
And given back.
given back to you. He cannot do that in that small portion of time. But what you do, we along with the bill, we keep the credit card and give it to them. Please do it, because we are so.
Don't send it away.
Yeah, don't send it. Do it whatever you want to do in front of me.
And for a particular amount of money, there will be no OTP.
Yeah, no OTP. If you want to do that, because for example, many times what happens, no, you want to pay some money to your milkman, you made some money to your grocery shop like 200 rupees, 300 rupees. Each time you feel that every time get your OTP and put that number. So what you want to do, just to make your life easier, you have made it up to 5,000 rupees, no OTP is required. So now whoever get this card can swipe up to 5,000 rupees and he will not need the OTP.
Oh, because the OTP will not go to him.
Because you have selected that, and n number of times also. That also, and for example, he has.
And you can also get the notification from the bank.
Yeah.
If there is a withdrawal.
Yeah, you will get a notification. You will notification all those things, but by the time money is gone.
No. If you make this OTP system.
Yeah.
Above
5,000. So you will not get OTP beyond that, below that.
So somebody even stealing your money.
Yeah.
So each transaction of 5,000 rupees, you get an message, get an
that
alert.
may come immediately, may come later also, according to the network also. That may come immediately, may come later. Many times you might have seen that you have used the money at 6 o'clock, but at 8 o'clock you get the message ki this much of rupees has been debited from your account. So by that time everything is gone.
So at least you will have to do multiple times.
Yes.
If the amount is small.
Yes.
That's absolutely great. And what else do you want to share with the common man, the common folks, on the safety front, security front?
Safety front security means please restrict your number of cards to as less as possible. Don't use multiple bank cards, like I have an account in 10 banks, I have a credit card of 10 banks. It is no credential, no credibility. You are no more than anyone having 10 credit cards, because your total money is same. Your credit limit increases, but your total money is same, you are having a 10 credit cards. Yes, sometimes there are certain online platforms, they give some discounts. So you choose where you need more. For example, you are a frequent flyer. So the particular flyer has a particular credit card liability. For example, there is a one grocery purchase. You know that certain platform have a tie up with particular companies or online platform to give some discounts. So restrict your card users to less than 2 ATM cards and 2 credit cards, not more than that. I will rather go to one, but nowadays many times what happens, sometimes a particular card does not work, then you are stuck. So I will suggest not more than 2 credit cards, no ATM cards, and not more than 2 applications.
And that bank account for which you have the card should not have much money.
Yeah, definitely that. And one more thing, the card which you carry, you have online access, just don't put money in your bank, because rest of the money you just transfer to fixed deposit. That also you can do online, because the fraudulent, it will take lot time to cancel the fixed deposit, convert to your bank account and get it. For example, you have a 1 lakh in a bank account and you know that your monthly expense is less than 20,000. So rest 80,000 put in a fixed deposit, because to release a fixed deposit, the bank will send you OTP.
And that also takes time?
Only 1 second.
No, if you have everything, this fixed deposit things cannot come back easily.
Just 1 second.
Really?
1 second. Yeah, because before what I used to do, I used to go to the bank, fill up the form and do a this fixed deposit. Now bank has come up with a policy like
Short term fixed deposit.
short term fixed it, and that is also automatic. But what happens, there is some flaws in this. Many times the bank, because of technical issue, you might be in need of money, but the money will not come with the fixed deposit. So next day you may go to the bank, give a complaint, but at that point of time what will you do? So my suggestion will be, you don't do that particular account. You do, for example, you have a need of 20,000 per month, you make a balance of that, beyond 20,000 you fixed deposit of multiple of 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. So now your 20,000 existed, you need another 5,000. So break one fixed deposit and get 5,000.
Right.
Even another 5,000, break it, and it takes only, sir, not less than 30 seconds to dissolve one fixed deposit and transfer the money to your bank account.
This is a great tip. I must say, this is absolutely great tip, heard for the first time. Even bankers don't guide you so well. Thankful for this.
Thank you, sir.
Any other special last message?
One more thing I will say is, don't carry all the cards together, because you know that if the wallet is stolen, you have nothing to left out. The second thing is, please remember the toll free number of your card which you are using and the card number, because any time you find that your wallet is stolen or card is stolen, immediately call to the toll free number. They will ask you the card number and block it. And if you do this, the fraudulent or the stolen person or the thief who has stolen this card from you, he cannot use it.
Right. Okay.
Second thing is, if you have informed your card number, toll free number, if at all the fraudulent have used it, it is the duty of the banker to refund that money to you, and also they will not charge the money to you. So two things, because many times the card is lost, you don't have the card number. So to whom you call? Because once you put the toll free number you call, he will be asking your birth date, your card number, and you don't know the card number. Then he will be asking, if you want to block your card, press 1. So which card? You don't know the number. So that number you have to remember. You give it
The
a
card number has to be kept away.
So someone will tell you the card number, so that you can block that card, and as soon as you block that card, your liability is 0, and the company will never ask you any money beyond this call. Any whatever amount of money has been debited from your account, whatever money has been debited from your credit card, is the liability of the company to he will not charge you anything. For example,
Your loss also will be compensated for.
up to that call. But there are also insurance, card insurances there, but that takes another money and another things, like you have to pay some money. In that card insurances, if it is lost also, there is some time frame from this call to before this call to after that call, whatever transaction is done, you have 0 liability. But that does not come with every company, only few companies have come, and I have used once, but I thought I should be more cautious rather than depending on an insurance company to protect myself. So I thought of taking my own precautions.
That's the best. One has to be very cautious himself or herself rather than depending on systems.
Yes, sir.
That's absolutely great. We are we're extremely privileged to have you in the studio today. A doctor, an ortho doctor, a professor, talking about digital banking makes great sense. It means anyone down the street can become a digital banking master. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
A great doctor talking about digital banking has, floored us beyond limits. Thank you very much. Obliged.
Thank you, sir.